Yeah, kids suck. Story time with Sifu Calvin. Several weeks ago, after teaching class, one of my students and I were just hanging out in the parking lot and talking with each other. And we're located at a community center with our classes. And then this random kid comes running up to us and starts just talking gibberish. I don't know what he's saying. And I'm thinking this is kind of strange because, yeah, this kid is about like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years old. And I said, look, kid, where's your parents, right? And because, you shouldn't be coming up and talking to strangers. He goes, you're a stranger? I go, look, we're friendly strangers. We're nice strangers. We don't want to hurt you or anything, but, you have to go inside and find your parents. Where's your parents? He pretty much ignores the question, and he goes off on this weird tangent like, oh, you guys are bandits. He starts running off, and I said, kid, you got to go back inside. Find your parents. Find your parents. So I look at my student and said, let's just follow the kid and make sure he gets back to his parents. And so what happened was we're chasing him. He's bumping into people. I'm just saying, hey, we're trying to get this kid to go back inside, find parents. Where's your mom? Where's your dad? Go back in there. Go in the McDonald's, blah, blah, blah. Because there's a McDonald's in our community center as well. And so eventually he starts making around the corner. He keeps running and running. We're just trying to track this kid. Hopefully he doesn't get run over by a car or anything like that. And then this mom comes running out, lugging this other little kid who's a little bit younger, maybe about like 5, 6 years old. And she's huffing and puffing, and she's calling out his name. And so I just decided, okay, book it. I grab the kid by the shoulders, make sure he can't run, he's safe, and make sure I guide him back to his mom. And then so I was talking to his mom and saying, like, are you okay? Because she's all tired. She's kind of losing her mind a little bit. And I said, are you okay? Are you tired? Do you need help? Whatever a case may be. She's not really answering my questions either. It's because she's just, she's losing it. So, yeah, kids suck. So teaching kids and dealing with kids for myself, it's difficult because it's more about character development than anything else. Because the landscape of teaching kids and parenting kids have changed so much from since when I was young, and training with other young kids during that time. It seemed like this common sense has kind of disappeared, and I don't know how that's changed, but I guess the whole gentle parenting type of idea decided to take over, and let the kid have the autonomy to learn on their own, to make their own choices. That's great and all on certain things, but I think you still need to have a certain level of authority and command because we have that responsibility over these kids, and sometimes to instill those responsibilities and commands over the kids, they need to have a level of, for lack of a better word, fear of consequences. Know that if you disobey these things, there's big consequences. For example, if I tell a kid, don't put these toys in the outlet, right? Put these toys in the outlet. After a while, you got to go slap that kid because they know if even they attempt it, there's a consequence to it. So they don't want to experience that again because children understand physical pain before words and logic. And I think having that instilled in kids is very important. Teaching martial arts in kids, instilling the discipline, the focus, and understanding those consequences, such as, if you don't keep your hands up, you are going to get bopped. You are going to get hit. If you don't stay focused, you are going to get hurt. You're going to experience something that is unpleasant. And studying martial arts, I think, gives them that type of reality to say, like, hey, if you're just not on point, you're just going to lose, right? You're going to get hurt. It's going to suck for you. I think the parents have a big responsibility to not give up. I think parents have given up on parenting because they don't want to go through all the trauma, the generational trauma that their parents inflicted on them. But look what they did. They gave you this platform to live, kind of easier life. And I think life is too easy at this point because when life gets too easy, there's self-sabotaging. But that's another video on its own. But what I really want to say is it comes down to there's no such thing as a bad student. It's just a bad teacher. And the first teacher that anyone has is their parents. And I would say to every parent out there, every adult out there, you need to challenge yourself in some sense so that you can go above and beyond the task to ensure that you complete something, you achieve something greater than yourself. You need to have the endurance and just talk till you're blue in the face and the kid's tired of listening to you, say, I don't want to hear this lecture ever again. And they will obey you a little bit more. Because kids are going to always test you no matter what. But as long as you put your foot down, you never give up and have that energy for yourself to do so, you yourself as the parent need to have some sort of physical activity that you can push yourself on physically. Because if you don't have the physical strength, right, you don't have the mental strength. Those two always go hand in hand. So a healthy body is a healthy mind, and a healthy mind is a healthy body. Those always go hand in hand. And when parents don't do that for themselves, don't cut time out of their lives, this is what happens. You have some kid that's runs off on their own and you cannot control them. Because as a parent, as you get older, you're going to become weaker and your children are going to be harder to control. So you need to out-endurance them in every aspect of life for as long as you can until they're independent and intelligent enough to understand those consequences. So I think that's good enough for this blurb. I'm probably going to do more videos like this. So I hope you enjoy this, because story time with Sifu is pretty important, because this character development really is something that I believe comes from martial arts, which is a transferable skill in all areas of life. So thanks for joining me.